When on earth are things going to get back to normal? Hey guys, Pastor Jacob here, thinking about that question today. When are things going to get back to normal? And quite frankly, I have no idea when things are going to get back to normal. And I'm actually not sure that normal is a thing that we should get back to, because we're not called to live normal lives. We're called to live lives that are honoring to God, where we love God and love people and hopefully change the world. That's what we're supposed to be doing as people who are following Jesus. But aside from that, I've been asked a lot of questions lately about, hey, when should we come back to church? What's going to be the safe thing to do? What's going to be the right thing to do? And ultimately, I think that that's a decision that you and your family have to make for yourselves. You have to decide what's appropriate for you. You have to decide what's safe for you. I'm going to challenge you and I'm going to encourage you to not give in to fear, but to be smart as you go through your life. And as you think about what it means to move back towards normal, as you think about what it means to come back to church, I actually want to share with you 4 reasons why you really should seriously consider coming back to church live and in person sooner rather than later. And the first reason is that you were made for community. You weren't made to be alone. You weren't made to be isolated for months or even for weeks. That's just not who you are as a person. You're made to be with and around other people. Technology is fantastic, and many of us experience social connections online and distant from people in ways right now that we've never been able to face or experience before. But that is no substitute for being around other actual living, breathing human beings. That's what you were made for. You were made for community. So experience online community as long as you need to, but don't forget that you were made to be around other people. Another reason that you should think about coming back to church is for the sake of your mental health. There are increasing studies, number of studies out there, including one I just read by the Barna Group, about the importance of being in church for your mental health. So many people in our world have experienced a mental health crisis this past year. It's been tough on me. It's been tough on so many people that I know who've had mental health issues before, and or people who've developed mental health issues in these past year. But there's one group of people who studies have consistently been showing have experienced fewer mental health struggles than other people. And it's not people on TikTok. It's people who are going to church. People who have been worshiping and learning and serving and in community with their fellow believers in Jesus. Those are the people who are weathering this mental health crisis storm the best right now. So for the sake of your sanity, for the sake of your health, consider coming back out to church. A third reason that you should consider coming back to church is because it's by coming back that you have an opportunity to serve. It's difficult, as you may have noticed, to love other people, to serve other people from a distance. Serving other people always puts us in proximity to them. Otherwise, it's not really service, it's virtue signaling. It's throwing money at a problem and hoping that it'll solve it. But that's not service, let alone Christian service. Christian service is where we go out on the streets and show love to our homeless neighbors. It's where we go into schools and show kids the love of Jesus. It's where we bring people the food and the friendship that they need to make it through life. So as you come back out, recognize you're not just coming out for yourself. You're coming out so that you can serve others too. And a fourth reason that you should think about coming back to church is for your own spiritual growth. If you're like me, it's important to be reminded from time to time about the things that you can be doing, the ways you can be growing, the things that you need to learn or put into practice. It's easy to delete an email. It's easy to skim a text. It's easy to put a YouTube video on 2x speed and have it playing in the background. Those are ways you can learn, yes, but it's also easy to not learn as much as you could. It's easy to stunt your growth when all you're doing is learning online or in a virtual environment. It's not to say it can't happen, it's just to say that it's really hard to do that. What's even better is being in person with people, giving people the opportunity to push you, to grow you, to learn from other people. Again, not perfect, but it's one of the best ways that you were made to grow spiritually as you follow Jesus. So again, I'm not telling you what you need to do. This is up up to you, and I really and truly and firmly believe that. You are a free person who has the freedom in this country and in Christ to make the decision that you think is best for you and your family. So make your decision and make it wisely. But as you process through what it looks like to come back to normal, to come back to church, let me strongly encourage you. Consider the importance of community. Consider the benefit to your mental health. Consider how you can have an opportunity to serve, and consider the spiritual growth that might result when you come back to in-person church.